Welcome to Home Dad Chat, brought to you by the National At Home Dad Network. My name is Brock,
My name is Danny.
and we are here to talk about life as stay at home dads. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
No, I don't want much. I even love handmade crafts made of macaroni. Come on now, you should know me. Times I might eat too much. No worry about my weight, got the dad bod rocking on me. Sketches on my feet, cargo shorts look good on me. I'm a dad, that's what I do.
Everybody wants to know.
Everybody wants to know about my day, my first day of work. Oh, I don't know about that. But hey, welcome everybody to Home Dad Chat. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a great holiday. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Today was my first official day at the brewery, and it was like a fire hose of information.
All right.
Just a lot.
Not
Just
a fire hose of beer. That's
Well,
just checking.
That's the other part. I mean, one of the fun perks is you get two shift beers every time you work, so which is cool. I will say though, that's a lot. I guess like that's down from what it was back in the like early 1900s here in Cincinnati, because you used to be able to get 15 shift beers. But the conditions for brewery workers.
How long was your shift?
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, yeah, it wasn't the greatest working conditions back then, and you worked some pretty long hours.
Might as well have 15 beers to get you home.
Yeah, well, and I don't
taking
think
a horse
beers,
and carriage. So
yeah, well, and they didn't quite pack the punch that a craft beer does nowadays. So, but yeah, no, it was good, man. Just a lot of information. A lot of looking around, talking to different people, getting introduced to tons of people. So, yeah, we'll see how many of those names I remember.
yeah. Everybody's got a name tag, right? Because I'm not going to remember you tomorrow.
Yeah. No, I wish that was the case. Unfortunately, not. But no, I mean, it's good. They're excited to have me there. Everybody was super just jazzed, and we'll have a marketing person coming in soon too. So they've never had any of these. Like they never had like a sole event coordinator. They never have had a sole marketing person. And so, some breweries, they try to do it with what they have, and they've done that through COVID because they opened 6 months before COVID.
Booch.
Yeah.
Timing, man.
So they've been able to stay alive during that time and keep chugging along. But yeah, I mean, for a brewery that has a huge amount of space and they're like 65 employees or something like that, to keep everybody like, doing stuff throughout the time, like it's super impressive. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. I've had some fun just talking to the head brewmaster, and I've got to try some fun beers that are just sitting in the fermenter and stuff like that. So can't complain there. Cool. The other fun perk, you get to try stuff before it ever even hits the keg line.
The tester.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to find me a job at a cheeseburger factory. These benefits are sounding right up my alley, but
yeah. Well, and I'm going to give a special shout out. Thanks. Cause I really do need to thank two people specifically. One is Greg Washington, because a few years back, I hung out with him in Orlando, and he really got me kind of turned on to craft beer and taught me a lot of the intricates of tasting and being able to pick out notes. And then Joe Saladino is the other one. Like he's really done an awesome job too, of just showing like how to appreciate beer and just being able to communicate with those that are in the brewing industry and stuff like that. So I just wanted to give those two guys shout outs, because honestly, like there's a lot of the reason that I'm able to do some of the things that I know is because of those two guys. So yeah.
And everybody loves Joe. I love Joe. You know that. I will tell you, though, Greg, absolutely. He just had a birthday a couple of days ago, the last couple of days. Yeah. And I sent him or I wrote a post on his timeline or whatever. So, I have so many good memories and so much good positive feelings about my first Home Dad Con. And just a group of guys walking from one event to another. And I don't know if it was back to the hotel or whatever, it doesn't matter, but it was afterwards. And I'm just kind of going along, and they just kind of come in, and Greg just sweeps me up. He's like, hey, come with us. I'm like, where the heck we going? He's like, we're going, I don't know, over here. I'm like, okay. I didn't have any plans for the evening. You know what I was doing. And he was just so gregarious and so kind and so generous with his time, his energy. And just every time you see him talking, he's really giving himself.
Yeah.
He's just really putting it out there for you. So not to get too far off on that track, no, track, but I will also give a shout out to Greg Washington and Joe, of course, because Joe, but
Yeah, no, definitely.
Everybody loves Joe.
Well, yeah. And the stuff that Joe's been doing with his podcast and just the things that he did for the beer share and stuff, like it was excellent just to learn from those guys a lot of different ways to do things. So yeah, but tonight we've got a guest coming on, and it's gonna be great. We got another board member. He's a new board member, which is even cooler because I don't think you and I have really had the chance to sit down and actually spend some time talking with Gerard off of the I guess which you would call like the proverbial record, other than like a board meeting.
Yeah. I met him in Cincinnati. We were on the photo tour and he was walking along and he went down. He was on just took a little sidetrack down this little street. And he said, hey, I don't know you, but take my picture. He handed me his phone, take my picture in front of this sign. And he just made the goofiest face. And Gerard is so quiet and he plays it real close to the vest. And you're not really sure, but it is hilarious because he's got obviously this goofy side to him or this funny side to him that you just don't see except in rare moments like that. And I have to say, I was really glad to see him again in Phoenix, and even more happy that he decided to get on the board. So I'm looking forward to talking with him tonight. And if nothing else, learning what his favorite movie is, because that's really, to me, that's very telling. It really is. It's funny. People go, no. What's your favorite movie?
Yeah.
All right. Now, okay. Then I can know, we can figure out that we have a ground in common ground and all that. So,
yeah. He is very cool hand Luke in the way that he is typically. And then, yes, he does have that fun, quirky side to him as well. So, so it'll be fun. And I know that he had mentioned these, like, I think he's juggling a little on duty work, as you would call. So we'll see how that plays out. So we might hear a little one in the background from time to time, but that'll be no different.
Tiny one.
Yeah, I know that'll be no different than at the convention, because he was there at the convention too. So, but yeah. So give us a moment here, and we'll be back with Jared. Or oh God, why did I say Jared? We will be back with Gerard Gousman.
Gerard Gousman. I'm going to tell him you said that.
Shut up. I can edit that out. Become a member of the National At-Home Dad Network, an organization focused on providing advocacy, community, education, and support. Connecting with households where dad is the primary caregiver of the children. We do this through our webinar and podcast series, mental health support groups, regular online social events, as well as our annual convention. The National At-Home Dad Network is a 100% volunteer organization. Without the generous support of its members and the community around it, we would not be able to continue the work that we do. Becoming a member gives you access to past convention speaker presentations, the ability to vote for board members annually, and ensures that the organization's fees and bills are in positive standing. Oh yeah, it should not go unmentioned that there is some cool swag headed your way if you decide to become a member. For only $35 a year, your membership provides you with the exclusive content only we can generate, and you'll be supporting an organization that benefits families all around the country and world. By advocating for them, offering them community, providing education and guidance, and supporting them to grow in their parenthood journey. And one last thing, if you contribute $500 or more, you will become a lifetime member. Not only will you receive everything already mentioned, but also a certificate recognizing your status and an exclusive National At-Home Dad Network challenge coin with our trademark logo, Dads Don't Babysit. So, what are you waiting for? Become a member today. Hey everybody, welcome back. And as I had stated prior, we have a guest with us tonight. We have Gerard Gousman. He was on the show previously when we were going through board nominees, but we have him on tonight as a official board member. So congratulations for being voted in out in Phoenix onto the board. How has been the time since you got on to now, and how was the holidays for you?
Yeah, definitely glad to be back on the show. For me, holidays were good. Holidays were very low key. That's just the immediate family and kind of kept a home base.
Yeah,
So not too bad. Very understated Christmas.
Very understated. This low key, huh?
Uh-huh.
So when you're Gerard, tell us again, how old are your kids?
So here at home, I have my 5-year-old and a 8-month-old, and I have a 21-year-old and little boy. It will be 16 this weekend.
All right. So I was thinking, I knew you had the baby. And I know I thought you had another child that was like 5, 6, and then the other two I was thinking, I thought they were both, moved on to college or whatever, or moved out. And I was thinking, well, yeah, you probably had a low key Christmas because you have basically one kid at that point, the 5-year-old, and because the little kid is just like, oh, here's a box.
Yeah,
it's got some wrapper. It doesn't matter. Yeah, here, play with this. Play with your feet. It's just as entertaining. But yeah, so I guess with a 16, there was probably still at home.
Yeah, like the week of Christmas, we went to do the visit with Santa. I'm excited, and 5-year-old got to tell Santa what he wanted to get up there. He's like, "Oh, what I want. I want to tell him."
Nice.
He's there, and he's like, "I want a candle."
A candle.
Right. Yeah, all he wanted.
What was okay? I gotta know. Is there a story behind
special
the candle?
No.
Yeah. What's the story behind the candle?
Just something that he was like, he thought about it. Because we give gifts all the time. He has so much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I think stuff like something that I didn't have that I really wanted that I probably wasn't going to get. So, a candle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, perfect kid logic. I got it. Yeah.
Did he get a battery powered?
Not ask for that. Right.
Here's a battery powered candle, kid.
Right. It's funny, like I did. Yeah, because we like last year Christmas we went all out. We got like Oculus, PS5s.
All right.
Dang, there you go.
You got smartwatches and tablets, the whole shebang last year.
This year was
a candle.
Yeah.
That's real.
Danny, you have an Oculus, don't you?
Yeah, 2.
Nice.
Yeah, because 4 kids and they just don't share. So they do share pretty well. But when it comes to it, it was just we got a good deal on it, and I thought, well, yeah, with 6 people potentially using it, because Marty and I both do exploration type, I guess, games or apps, whatever you'd call them. Like we talked about before, the International Space Station, and then games. And the kids are like, well, we both want to play whatever together. So they're actually playing together more technically, although it's a video game. So,
Gerard, do you have a favorite game or thing you like to play on the Oculus?
Like I do a lot of like the museum walks.
Okay.
And I found those to be cool. Check out the different museums and galleries around the world, walkthroughs. A lot of those, and like the archery.
Okay. That's cool.
Those are fun. Been trying to wean myself off of this Fortnite addiction. They got me. I held out for a couple of years, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it a run. Played a little bit, and then I had to run, and my son I had earned like all these reward points, and he used them. He bought a sword with all the reward points I got. I'm like, oh man, I was gonna get a new character. Like, all right, I stopped playing, and then my wife went and bought. Told my wife about it, and so she bought one of the gift card, like the 10,000 coin cards. I'm like, well, now I got to play again.
Yeah.
So they give me an excuse to play, and then I'm like, I thought I was out. I took the excuse to stop playing, and she threw me back in. I'm like, it's your fault.
Right.
It's your fault. I don't want to waste your money. So
yeah, that's right. That's right.
I use all those points.
Man, I played Fortnite when it came out before it was PvP, and that was a long time ago. And I quit once right before I went PvP. And my 13-year-old plays it. I mean, he probably plays it every day. I let him. You know, it's one of those things like, can I go play Fortnite? Well, you don't want to do anything else ever, but I get that. I mean, you get into a game, especially like you said, when you put a little bit of an investment in it, whether it's time or money. Yeah, I got to go back, and he's always working for the next. Is it a battle pass they've got in that game? I can't remember, battle pass.
Oh, yeah, like the battle pass reward.
Yeah. And he's like, Dad, if I play this much and I get this many points, then it'll just pay for the new skins by itself. You don't have to pay anything. Like, he's saving me money by spending more time playing.
Like, I'm doing this for you.
Right. Yeah. This is for you.
Protecting the investment.
Man, I've been playing video games too long. I'm not falling for that one. I understand. So
the negotiation is strong with that one. It sounds like. Oh, shoot. Well, hey, we had you on previously, and so we have had a chance to talk to you a little bit about sort of what your ideas are for being on the board and things like that from previously. And anybody who hasn't listened to that episode, I'll put a link in the show notes so you can go back and kind of listen to that side of things, because we really don't need to go over like the whole like how long you've been a part of the organization and when did you get on the board, because that was already discussed. Yeah. But I want to talk more just like kind of the inner like things that maybe people don't know about you. So like Danny and I were talking before you got on about the fact that one of the first interactions that he had with you was had to do with having him stop and take a picture of you or something like that in Cincinnati, and just he had seen you as sort of like, he had kind of like, you're sort of serious and then all of a sudden like you just turned into like this very goofy, like had a big smile and type of thing, and it was like, whoa, where'd that come from kind of. And so it seems like there's some things in there that in you that we want to pull out and give everybody a chance to get to know. So we'll start with this. What's your favorite movie?
I am such a cinephile. I have watched, like, I really watched thousands and thousands of movies.
Okay, nice.
And, my top, this is my favorite movie. I do have my top three.
Do it. What are they?
I know. All right. The Matrix.
Okay. Yeah. Like it. Yeah.
The Matrix. The Last Dragon, the 80s, classic 80s movie.
Okay.
And The Notebook.
And The Notebook.
Those are my three. The Notebook.
Man, the Notebook.
All over.
I'm with you until The Notebook, because The Notebook really made me mad. Because I wanted more out of the ending. I wanted them to get together. Yeah. I wanted the stupid, sappy, romantic ending, and not, oh, look.
And that was the one thing that I loved about it, as much as that it didn't wrap up in that nice, pretty ball at the end. It's like, no, things don't work out. It was like, oh, he put all that in, and I was furious the first time I watched that movie.
That's
I was like, wait, what? Still no.
What is it about
Titanic?
I was mad. I was mad. Maybe I need to see it again. Maybe that's what it is. Because I saw it that first time and I went, oh no, look, I don't remember the author that wrote the books, but he has that
Nicholas Sparks.
And most of his books end up that way. And I need romance. I need that conclusion. I need a relationship. I'm shipping people that aren't even in the movie with the characters. I mean, I need these people to get together. That's what I need. And he just doesn't. So maybe I need to watch The Notebook again. Put it on my list.
Were you married, Danny, when you watched The Notebook?
Yeah.
Okay. To me,
I've been married forever. 1987.
Okay. So that makes sense then. All right. What is it about The Matrix that you like? Because that, to me, that's a definite favorite of mine as well.
Yeah. Like the claiming of destiny. I think that's the major theme of it, and that you can have this constant, that's this is your path, this is your destiny, and but it's not real until you believe it is.
Mm.
And you once you believe it is, like, okay, now what do you do with it? Now what do you do?
Did you watch the newer one that they just put out on HBO Max? I think it was
I
last year
did.
or something.
I did.
Yeah. Did you like it, or because it seemed like there was a lot of skepticalness about, like, all the different parts to it or whatever. I enjoyed it for what it was, but did you like it or not?
Yeah, it definitely seemed like there were two movies, like it was two different movies.
Yes.
It seemed like they were shooting a movie, and it was like, you know what? Let's just make this a sequel to The Matrix.
Yeah.
And like, let's find, yeah, we could just make this a sequel to The Matrix. Like, why is she like it was like the love story, a lost love story. Will they or won't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was definitely, you're like, wait a minute, what? Like, it just took an abrupt, like, hairpin turn. You're like, wait a second, I thought we were going that way. We said we're going this way. What the heck? Oh man, yeah, that movie was very very odd. I do remember, like, one of my favorite things too is the soundtrack to The Matrix. Such a good soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so the Matrix soundtrack is definitely by far one of my, like, favorite movie soundtracks. That just, I don't know if it's just like the house music involved in it or what it is, but it's just got some really good, like, rhythms to it. I feel like in some ways, like, I remember in college just, like, throwing it in and listening to it while I was driving around, like, for a road trip or whatever, and it just had it just had the right beats to just keep you going when you're out on the road.
Yeah, like I would watch that movie every New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Really?
Like I don't know, just something about, like, every New Year's Eve or New Year's, like whether before going out or after coming back in, I'm watching the music.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's a good way to start the year. Yeah, because it just has that, like I said, that the soundtrack, that energy.
Yeah, definitely. So, what is the things that you do for self-care? I mean, you say you got a couple little ones there at the house. You got the two older ones, but what kind of things are you doing for yourself to just kind of take a breath, recharge?
I started back painting a couple of years ago. So I'm gonna get back into painting that abstract acrylics.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mix the different pieces.
And that's like those pieces that are behind you then? Are those all yours or?
Yeah. So like some of that, I was like really just beginning playing around with color stuff. And then expanding to like some bigger, uh, like bigger format pieces, like like 4 by 5 foot pieces.
Oh wow, that's a big piece. Nice. Are those like a commission piece or?
A couple.
Yeah,
a couple of commissions, and just doing stuff for building up the collection. And also it's therapeutic, getting stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
And the energy. Try to paint when I am happy or pleasant. It's like noticing it can take on that personality.
mm-hmm.
Definitely take on a personality traits, whether what mood you're in. I see that. I'm like, okay, ride the wave of energy that I feel. And get that out, and and I can instruct stuff to cooking as well is another thing that I find brings a little peace.
Nice.
And they cook things for myself. Like my wife, she doesn't eat pork, doesn't eat mushrooms, doesn't like really cheesy dishes. So I have time for me. Like that's the stuff I'm cooking.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Like smothered pork chops with cheese and mushrooms, smothered pork chops and stuff like that.
You're talking my language, my man. That sounds delicious.
It's a big plate, taking an hour-long meal, and I don't have to share with anybody.
Right.
That does sound good. That's awesome.
That's great self-care. It really is.
Definitely.
Yeah, I got my smoker in the backyard. I finally got my backyard in a decent place, and out there I can got my Rectech grill. I can grill on and smoke stuff, and not have to be standing out there watching it. Oh man, Wi-Fi grilling is a beautiful thing.
Is it electric or pellets or wood?
Pellet.
Pellet, yeah. I keep thinking I need a smoker just because I keep seeing what people do with smokers and I've never done it. And every time I come back to it, I think an electric because I want something that's as simple as my oven, that I can just turn it on. Okay, turn the temperature. It's going to be this temperature and it'll just keep it there. And then you're faking the smoke, of course, flavor and all that stuff. And then I come back and I'm like, but actually smoking with wood or pellets, that just, I don't know, just something that I just feel like it will taste better. I feel like it will just be better, Yeah,
definitely. I have a regular grill. Then I have like my electric wood pellet that I usually cook with. And like I said, it's good having that true smoke from the wood pellets, but that ease of use and it's a lot cleaner being electric, having that more control.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to smoke? Is it pork? Because you can't get it.
Yeah. I like pork. I got some sausage. I went to New Orleans recently, and on the morning before, stopped at the butcher and stocked up a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of alligator and elk. And,
all right.
Ooh, yeah.
Different sausages, and deer. Got some seafood. Able to stock up with stuff from down there. I'm like, oh yeah.
I was gonna say we go to Milwaukee. You can probably find some good deer in some different areas up that way.
Oh yeah. There's so many deer here. It's ridiculous. It just is. Everybody I know here, they hunting, and they're like, even their kids are going hunting, and I'm like, I don't even know where to go here. I mean, and they're like, well, go anywhere basically, because that's what it is. Everywhere we go. Because at first it was like, oh, look, a deer, and the kids are all going, oh, it's crazy. Now it's like, okay, a deer, whatever. It's like seeing a cardinal or a Canadian goose. Yes, there's another one. So what, Dad? Stop pointing them out. So.
Yep. Well, that's it. Paul Gordon, he does a lot of hunting, and one of the things he makes with deer is deer dogs. So it's not a hot dog, it's a deer dog. Oh my goodness, it's on a whole nother level for flavor and just all the different things with it. Just tastes so much better than a typical hot dog. So I kind of hoping maybe he'll bring some of that to Home Dad Con. We shall see. But yeah, man. So you mentioned vacation. Do you have what would be like a favorite vacation that you have gone on? Whether it be just you and the wife or the whole family?
No, I have some good trips with them. My all-time favorite was I went to Amsterdam, experienced Amsterdam things.
Was that just you, or?
And that was me and a couple friends.
Okay.
We went twice. It was really fun. Like seeing the architecture, went out and boating on the canals and bike riding, doing all that stuff, and then seeing the nightlife was fun. And run into random people. I ran into Tommy Chong.
Really?
Yeah.
And just like totally random ran into Tommy Chong. Like, all right. I was
like, surprising.
This is
anywhere in the world you think you find Tommy Chong, that would be
if there's one place to run into Tommy Chong in is Amsterdam. Yeah, that's awesome.
That was awesome.
Did you actually get to hang out with him, or was it just like a simple hey, hi, bye?
Like for about 15 minutes.
Okay.
He was real cool, nice guy.
Nice.
Like, all right, it's cool. And then the time ran into at McDonald's because it was like during Thanksgiving. It was like during Thanksgiving week, and one thing I guess is a custom there. All Americans go to McDonald's on Thanksgiving.
But isn't McDonald's a little different here or over there than it is here? I mean, it's a little more.
Yeah, like they have a little better menu.
Yeah. My wife and I watch Emily in Paris, and they were showing like what McDonald's is like in Paris, and it's completely different than what it is in America. So, yeah, I bet Amsterdam
Royale with cheese.
For real.
The best croissant sandwiches ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Marnie wants to go to Germany, I think, next year, which they're coming up on for our wedding anniversary, whatever. She's planning a big trip. And I'm like, Germany's fine. And then we'll have fun. And I'm sure there's the really cool things to see. But now you say Amsterdam, like, yeah, I think I'd have a lot more fun in Amsterdam. And then I get to tell her, I've heard the croissants are amazing. So maybe I can use that.
There you go.
You got like the Rembrandt and Van Gogh museums.
Oh yeah,
right there. So that's what I went for.
Yeah.
The rest of it was just bonus.
Everything else was extra.
That's awesome.
Tommy Chong.
Yeah, Tommy Chong. That definitely hits right up there for sure.
But yeah, we was at so I ended up going to the McDonald's, and the Cottonmouth Kings, who were a big group, like kind of like Insane Clown Posse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah.
And Redman.
Well, they were there.
From Red and Meth, where we're all in line at McDonald's together.
Yeah, they had the munchies, man.
Yeah, it's like good morning. We're all at McDonald's together. It's definitely like you can tell everybody in here is American, and so it kind of had like it was a fun vibe, and like everybody's sitting down, and Redman's like stopping, and he's like stopping at the different tables and talking to people, and I was like, all right, well, what have you been trying? Look what I got.
Nice.
That's cool. It's like this one girl, like her called home. It's like, oh, my grandmother loves you, and had like, it's like, it's gonna freak her, like, let's call your grandma right now. Call her grandma. Now imagine like in the U.S. with the time difference, it was easily like 1:30 in the morning.
Oh my God!
In the U.S. Girl calls her grandma with a restaurant full of people, and we're all like, hey, and he's like, hey, Redman want to talk to you. Redman gets to talking to the girl's grandma, and the lady is like, you see, like she's still half asleep, like, what the heck is going on? Like, she's like, am I dreaming this?
Yeah.
Did I take my medicine? Did I take my med before bed? Like, no, this is real, grandma.
I hallucinated last night that I talked to Redman. Oh shoot.
That's one of the top vacations.
Yeah, I can see why. Yeah, that probably tops anything I've ever done.
Definitely. That's an awesome trip. That sounds so much fun, for real. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I saw this thing. It was going on Facebook earlier, and it was like 35, like the top tourist attractions in the country. And I was going through the list. I was like, oh man, so good. I had done like 28 of the 35.
Nice.
Like, okay, that's cool. And then it was like stuff like actually going to Alcatraz, and I'm like, all right, well, I've seen it.
Yeah,
I don't need to walk through.
From a distance, I'm good. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, that sounds like an awesome trip.
Trying to plan like the next vacation. I want to take a road trip once my baby starts to walk. So thinking like later this summer, we'll take a RV road trip and probably go down to Moab or something like that.
Sweet.
That's cool. Yeah, we're planning a trip for spring break this year. We're gonna fly and go down to Clearwater, Florida for spring break, and the kids don't know it yet, but got a pretty decent price on tickets, and we're just working on getting all the other logistics together. It's nice to have dads down in that area to be able to call on for help. Joshua Bernstein lives like literally minutes from the airport down there. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna need your help with sort of navigating the area down there to help me figure out what we need to do. So so that's cool, man. Yeah, road trips are fun. We did that a couple years too with the kids. So
and I didn't say anything when you posted to Barack about going to Clearwater and asking if anybody in the area, but my dad was born in Clearwater.
Oh, cool. Okay.
That's the only thing I know about it. So
Okay.
that's why I didn't say anything on your post, because I couldn't be of any help.
You're fine. Yeah. You were talking about anniversary trips. Corey wants to, for our 20th, go to Belize.
Yeah. Yeah. And does she dive? Do you dive? I don't know. You were Navy, right? So
I didn't know. Yeah.
You can at least swim, right?
I can swim. Yeah. I've been a professional lifeguard, I've been in the Navy. But no, I've never actually done any kind of diving. But when we go, I believe we're taking the kids with us. So I don't know how all that will work out, but who knows?
The clearest water in the world, the best diving in the world is Belize. Now, part of that is just my opinion, but that water is like, I've never been. I've only seen images of it, but the water is like glass. All the divers I know are like, yeah, you go anywhere, you should go to Belize.
Wow. Okay.
So
I might
at least snorkel.
That. Yeah. Oh, yeah. At least for sure. That would be fun. My kids would want to snorkel. They do that any other time. So.
Mm-hmm. Swimming.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah. So that's what we're getting ready to do. But it's kind of one of those things where you're like, oh, got to get it all in place and whatnot. So I don't know. I've lost my track of thought. This is where editing comes in. I've had a long day, Gerard. I'm sure you don't know anything about that.
Started a new gig.
Right? Yeah. So it's kind of warped my brain a little bit today. But
well, is your baby sleeping? I mean, like through the night, how's your baby sleeping?
Sometimes. This thing, like the baby, they alternate on the nights that the baby does sleep through the night. 5-year-old is up middle of the night, coming in, getting to bed, and it's gonna take him a good 5-10 minutes to get comfortable, get in a comfortable position.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm up. I'm just up.
Yeah.
Like I go to bed late anyway. So like once he'll come in, especially in school days, he'll come in like right around 6 o'clock. And I'm like, oh well, I've had my 3 hours of sleep. Now I'm just up the rest of the day.
Yeah.
They're coming right at 6 before. I'm like, all right, we got to get up about another hour or so for school. I'm just up now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, okay, what are we doing?
Yeah, but luckily, like I said, the baby has been trying to sleep. We're trying to do like sleep training now and keep him done through the night. Saying like we're gonna restrict those naps during the day. He's like, when you want me to sleep, which one?
Yeah.
Do I want to get stuff done during the day or at night? You only getting one.
Right. You got to choose. Well, at least you know that it gets better. You know, I mean, that's the thing, because I spent the holidays, and my sister-in-law's got 2 kids. One is, I think they're both under 2. They're both in diapers, and they're both, one I'm in walking yet. And it's just like, you don't ever sleep. I mean, you just keep waiting. And I looked at her like 3 or 4 times, like, it does get better. At some point, your child will let you sleep in, and when you do get up, they'll hand you a cup of coffee. This is on the horizon, but this is what's happening. You can get it to where they will actually help you in the morning. It will change, because that sleep deprivation is just, and they're young too. My sister-in-law and her husband, they're young, and it's still just tearing them up, So I'm glad your baby's getting there, and you're a professional. You know how to do it.
I got it. I think we got it under control. Like, he's been on a good trajectory.
Mm-hmm. Hey, are you a sports guy?
Yeah.
I remember if we talked about that last time. What are some of your teams that you get behind?
Like, I am a total Chicago homer. Like, Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, White Sox, no Cubs. No Cubs stuff.
Sorry, Joe.
Yeah. So I thought Joe was cool, and then I'm like, what? Oh, man, he came in, he had a Cubs hat. I was so disappointed.
Gotta have standards. Come on.
Oh man, yeah, that's right.
Total homer though.
Yeah, because you grew up in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So are you still a Bulls fan, or are you a like a 90 like late 80s 90s Bulls fan when they did the run?
Like I still go to the games. Like I'm in Seattle, but whenever they play down in Portland, I go to the Portland games.
Oh, cool.
Occasionally I and like in planning vacations, the planning trips, especially like if my wife is going on a work trip, I look and see if any of the Chicago sports teams are going to where she's going to be at. I'm like, well, you're already going. I might as well just go with you.
Right.
Love
right.
it.
And then I'll go and get a game in.
Nice. So I love you, honey. I want to be with you. I want to spend this time, and you'll be working, and I'll be at the game. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's an experience for the kids too.
Yeah. It's cool because I've been able to take get the kids to games. We went to took my son last year to first Bears game. My 5-year-old, we went to the Bears game, and then that was no, I guess that would be at the end of Christmas of 2021.
Was that Bears and the Seahawks, or
the Bears and the Seahawks?
Okay.
And then this football season, I was able to take the baby and the 5-year-old. We went to a Bears game, and that was a lot better because the first game we went to, that was on Christmas. It had snowed, like one of those crippling snow had crippled the city, and then and then it started to warm up that day. But we're at the game, and like the snow is starting to melt, and just sheets of snow falling down on the crowd. Hilarious. And hilarious and sad.
And sad.
My team won, so it's hilarious. Yeah, we got to go to a couple of games, and yeah, anytime any other Chicago teams come out this way, the kids go.
That's cool. Do the Cubs play out there at all? Or aren't the Cubs the White Sox? Or the White Sox? Do they come out and play?
Yeah,
Seattle?
they play the Mariners regularly. We did go to the game when the Cubs came out, and we just booed the whole game. We booed every play. My kid loved it. He's like, who you guys rooting for? And I'm like, Bane. We're rooting for Bane. And like we sat there and we booed the whole game. We caught a ball, threw it back.
Oh wow! Yeah.
We're rooting for the first base ump.
I'm out there. We're cheering on the umpires.
There you go. Right. Yeah. Oh, that's funny, man. I love that. Kids just booing the entire time. Now that is an experience.
My friends wanted me to. We were going to go when I'm a total Packers hater. Sorry, Wisconsin guy. But went to go to when the Packers come to play the Seahawks. Yeah, go put my Bears jersey on. Go to the Packers Seahawks game. Same thing. Just boo every play.
Yeah. Nice.
Boo every good play.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays you do that, it probably wouldn't change much, honestly, the way the Packers have been playing. So,
all right.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like fun, though. I mean, I never really thought about going to a game where it was like you're just going to oppose both teams, but just go to enjoy a game.
It is so much more enjoyable, though, because there's no pressure. You don't have that tension of like, oh man, the tension of disappointment.
Yeah.
Everything bad that happens is fun.
Yeah. You're just enjoying yourself.
Right. You're just enjoying the experience.
That's cool, man. I like that. Hey, when you're out driving around, got no kids in the car, what are you listening to? You got a favorite music, or are you an audiobook guy? What's your go-to?
Music, I'm like all over the place. Like growing up, both my parents were DJs.
Oh.
So like music was always new. There's always new music. So I'll go through.
You're talking about radio DJ?
Yeah, radio DJ. They DJed in radio and nightclubs.
Okay.
It's like some of my earliest memories are like being in a nightclub. I'm like 4, 5 years old. Hiding in the DJ booth. I'm in the DJ booth with my mom, and she's DJing, doing her set. And I'm like, oh, here goes the owner. Here comes the police are coming.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
climbing his bag. Yeah, like I was like hiding in my mom's DJ bag until the owner or whatever left.
Yeah.
And know that. And same thing like in the radio station. I'll be a kid and just sitting under the control booth or sitting in the cabinet because here comes the station manager. Yeah.
Wow.
Can't get a sitter. Oh, that's fine. Just sit out here and be quiet. So just being that, just always being around music, having that love. So it ranges. Right now, I've been to more international music.
Okay.
I mean, a lot more international, like world beat, some house, but like international world beat music.
I'll have to send you a link. There was a guy that I went to church with he's British, and he's pretty internationally known for his house music, and he travels all over the world playing it or whatever. And it's good stuff. I really enjoy it. It's got a nice beat, especially if you're like, doing some cleaning in the house. You just want something to like groove to. So I'll have to send you a Spotify link with that to check out.
We have like our daily dance parties.
Yeah.
We have like at least like 5-10 minutes a day. We're all dancing.
Yeah.
I find myself I sing to the baby. It's a lot. And sometimes to the annoyance of my the 5-year-old. He's like, okay, just talk to me.
Yeah, that's very 5. Yeah.
I was gonna say I was gonna steal a line from Danny. He's like, I love living in the future. Like when we talk about like just some of the things that you can grasp it over. I was like, it's kind of great living in the future. You got Spotify and iHeartRadio and like Amazon Music and like all these different things. It's like so you can just build these like massive music playlists with all that and just hit shuffle. Just enjoy it from all angles if you're that eclectic to I can't really pick one thing this like today type of deal.
Yeah. I have a thing like I do at home. It's more of a YouTube thing. So I watch YouTube during the day and have just I make a playlist, and it's such a random mix. There'll be like news stories in there, but then there's like the sometimes we gotten into like the Snoop Dogg affirmations.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Like the Snoop Dogg affirmations. So
okay.
Snoop Dogg has a whole like children's all these children's videos, animated children videos, and children's songs that he made.
Oh, I'm gonna check that out. That sounds awesome.
That's really cool. So we would I have those going, and in the mix it'll be like some house music, some old like Thelonious Monk, some jazz, news stories, some painting tutorials and how-tos. And baby videos. Like my YouTube algorithm is the most random. Like it has no idea what to show.
Yeah.
No idea what to suggest.
Screw you, YouTube. You will never figure me out.
Suggestions.
Cool. I don't have some music in there. But yeah, I have I'll put the stuff in there. So it's like 2 videos for me, 1 for the baby. 2 videos for me, 1 for the big boy. Mix like something for everybody. I throw a little stand-up routine, some dad jokes in there, kind of mix stuff up.
And I gotta say, that to me is one of the best ways to educate and entertain your child is showing them that what the things that you think are funny, that you think are informative, you think are beautiful, and giving them that and showing them this is what dad loves. Dad's watching this. This is, like you said, museums. This is the museum dad walked through, and this is the example of the Van Gogh or whatever it might be. And they seeing that, and even if they have no real understanding of it or no real enjoyment of it, it's planting a seed, and they will go for the rest of their life and have that. Yeah, I've seen videos of the inside of the Van Gogh Museum. It's awesome, but other kids will be like, what? All I saw was baby Einstein's ABCs, and colors and stuff. I think that's really cool, the exposure.
Yeah, to try to give that. I take a lot of photos. I go places, photos, videos, and so he'll go through and be looking through like some of my old photos and stuff. I'm like, where's that? What's this from? I'm like, all right, let's see if I can find a virtual walkthrough or something for that.
Nice.
Somewhere I've been, like like Hollywood Walk of Fame, and took them let them go on the virtual walk on that. Like stuff like that, and like the when I flew the mountains out in Utah and see that stuff. So just being able to just the access of experience. Like there's so much you may not be able to physically go do something, but you can put yourself in that experience at least for a few minutes for perspective.
Definitely. That's cool. Love that, man. You mentioned dad jokes. And we're getting close to the end here, so I was curious. Like, do you have a dad joke to share with us tonight?
I'm embarrassed. Yeah. So, what bear is the most condescending?
I think Danny knows. What is it?
A panda.
Yeah. And I know because my 13-year-old told me that joke. He goes, "Dad, you're the most condescending bear." And I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, "The panda, duh." And I'm like, man, come on. You're not allowed to say duh to me. That's one of the rules, man.
Gotcha.
It's the only way he gets away with saying duh.
It's how he gets away with it, right? Yeah. Because he was doing it a lot. He'd be like, "Duh, Dad." I'm like, no. No. That's going to get you. That's a lot of trouble coming. That's a good joke, though. That is a good joke.
Oh, man. Well, Gerard, thanks for coming on tonight and talking with us. I'm looking forward to hopefully getting to hang out with you in Milwaukee for retreat and for the convention itself. So it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be a good 2023, just getting to get things going with the organization and stuff. And there's a lot of exciting things on the line. I will plug that, with it being the new year, memberships are available for the 2023 year. They're $35, or you can do a $500 lifetime, or you can just you can also do the annual, set it up and not have to worry about, missing it out in the years to come kind of deal. So for anybody that's not sure what that is, you can go to the website athomedad.org and check out membership and see if that's something that fits into your realm of things. But it also will help with not only just like being a part of the organization and stuff, but it also gets you access into Home DadCon as well. So yeah, man, honestly, this has been a blast. I cannot get over the Cheech and Chong Red, man, and all that. That is an awesome story. But yeah, man, enjoy the time with the little one. Hopefully he starts sleeping through the night for you, and you'll be able to sleep longer yourself. And until next time, we'll talk to everybody next week. Yeah, we'll have a good one.
Thank you.
Night, everybody.
I'm a dad, that's what I do.